Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Do me a huge, huge favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. This past weekend was the weekend of love. So I hope that you and your Valentine's, and even if you're single and you watch me, I hope that you showed yourself some love, right? Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Mine is off to a busy start because I'm going to be traveling at the end of this week to Chicago. So if you're in Chicago, I'll be teaching at a marriage retreat, and I'm really, really excited, called Beyond the Bows. If you're in the Chicago area and you want to join us, there's still a couple of tickets from my understanding. You can just go visit gailcrowder.com and you can click on events and you can see what we have going on there in Chicago. I heard that I am not prepared for the cold. So y'all be praying for me because it's cold in Maryland. So I can't imagine what Chicago is like. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I will absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Okay. So, with that being said, tonight's chat comes from a husband from Jamaica. Hello, Jamaica. I was just in Jamaica in November of last year, just hanging out with these couples that we've been doing life with for years. It was so glad for all of us to be in one space. And so Jamaica was good. Hi, Rosalinda. How are you? Thank you from Illinois. Ooh, yes, it is very cold. And my husband told me that my cute little jackets that I've been wearing around here in Maryland is not going to cut it in Chicago. So he's like, you're going to have to pull out the real stuff. And so, again, thank you so much for hopping on, and thank you for putting in the chat where you're joining me from. So this husband is from Jamaica, and he has been married 15 years. They have 2 children, and this was his message to me. Dr. Gail, I don't want to be married anymore. My problem is that my wife is such a good woman. She's a great mother. She's a godly mother. I'm a godly woman. She takes good care of me in and out of the bedroom. But I just have found myself wanting to be alone, wanting to be single. I'm I'm not really sure why I feel this way. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt my children. I'm not leaving her for anyone else. I just need time for myself and to be by myself. I don't want, again, to hurt her, but I just need to figure out how to have this conversation with her and make sure that she's going to be okay. I have made a decision. I just want to be by myself. Help. Now, this is very, very unusual because I have dealt with people wanting to be alone and wanting to leave their marriage, but it's been reasons why, right? The person's not either not paying them attention. They feel like, why should I be married because I'm lonely in the marriage, all this kind of stuff. But he's saying that this wife is meeting all of the needs and doing what she needs to do as a wife, right? So this really breaks my heart. I did try to contact this young man. However, I did not get a response to this, so I can have a deeper conversation with him to really figure out what is going on, because he just wants to be alone. And I'm not understanding if she is a godly mother, a godly woman. She is a great mother. She takes care of him in and out of the bedroom, right? I'm still not, there's a missing piece here, right? Because I understand sometimes in marriage, right? You do need some time alone. I get that, right? But you don't need time. Why do you need to separate yourself or get a divorce in order to find some time alone? And that was going to be my question, because it's just not all adding up for me. There's some missing pieces. But let me give people who are in this situation some things to think about, right? And again, I can't give any resolve because I don't have all the puzzles, pieces to this puzzle. And to me, there is more to the story than what he wrote, because I could see he said, I'm leaving because I'm in a sexless marriage. I could see I'm leaving because she is, stays gone all the time and I'm working and taking care of the kids. Give me something to work with. And from what he just said, he wants to be alone. And get me, I understand. I'm married 37 years, and there's some times that Gil just wants to be left alone, right? And so I give him that time. I'm like, okay, either go check yourself in a hotel, or I'll go and hang out with my girlfriend, so you can, and I understand that. But it's never been to the space where you want to say, I want a divorce because I want to be alone. It's just not adding up to me. And if any of you guys have experienced this to the magnitude where you want to walk away from your marriage because you just want to be alone, please help me, because I've been doing this 20 years and I haven't experienced this part of it. I experienced there's something missing. That's the reason why you want to walk away. Okay. And so, my thing to whoever this person is, or anybody who's in this situation, the first thing is you need to sit with yourself and do some self reflection, right? And ask yourself, ask yourself these questions. Really identify really why you don't want to be married again. What is it? Because you just saying you want to be alone, it's not making sense, because most people get married so they're not alone. So like I said, do some self-reflection and really figure out what is the real reason you want to walk away from your marriage, especially if this person is doing what they're supposed to be doing in the marriage. That she's not withholding sex, she's a good mother, she's taking care of you, she's doing whatever else she's supposed to be doing. What is it? What is the real root cause of that? So do some self-reflection, and make sure that you're able to explain to your wife, able to articulate the real reason why. And I'm telling you, she's probably going to fall apart, because for the simple fact is, if you're not able to really articulate why you want to walk away, just being alone is not enough. I'm telling you, it's not, because she's going to fall apart, because she's going to go through her checklist and say, I did this, I do this, I take care of this. What am I doing wrong? What is missing in me? And you don't want her to start blaming herself because you're not able to really articulate what is going on. So self-reflect, right? And also be able to explain to your wife the true reason why you want to leave. Number 2, is there another relationship that you want to explore and you're just using that you want to be alone as an escape? Go, if that's the real reason, if that's the real root cause, open your mouth and say that, right? Because again, there I don't think there's anybody on this planet that has not wanted space to be able to think, reflect, get yourself together. But you need to be able to articulate that to your spouse. But I don't think that's a reason to say you want a divorce. I just don't get that. Okay. And number 3, as you self-reflect, is it something else going on that you need some support in, like a counselor? Do you need to go see a counselor? Because again, are you willing and open to realize that you can find your personal space inside of your marriage. You just might need to articulate that to your wife and say, hey, I need to go check into a hotel for 2 days just to unwind, just to be quiet and to get away from all the noise or whatever that looks like for you. That might be a better way of, instead of messing up a marriage that is good according to what you have put here on there. Okay. The next thing that you need to really do is have a open conversation with your spouse. Once you have self-reflected and really been open and honest with yourself, then have an open conversation with your wife. And I'm telling you, this, whether you're a man or a woman, this is going to crush you, especially if you know that you have doing the best that you can to be a good spouse to that person, right? And I want you to start off with all the positive things that you have shared with us, right? Start off that you're a great woman, you're a great mother, you're great, whatever that looks like for you. But start off with the positive things, right? To let her know that she's not the cause of the demise of this marriage. You got to start off there. Because if you just start off saying, I need some space and I want a divorce, it's just not making sense. So start off with the positive thing. And then you need to be able to tell her the real reason. If the real reason is that you just want to be by yourself, at least have something to support why it's good for you to be by yourself. Have something to support that. Because again, I've been doing this 20 years and it's just not making sense to me. And then number 3, listen to her perspective about what you just have told her. Don't try to change her mind. Don't try to shut her down, because I'm sure she's going to be very, very highly emotional when you tell her that you want to end a marriage with you guys having 2 children, and she's doing all these positive things that you have said out of your mouth. It's like I said, it's just not adding up to me. So make sure that you listen to her perspective and avoid blaming her for your decision. And number 5, put together, you guys sit down once you have broke this news to her, sit down together as a couple. And you're probably not going to be able to do that the same day that you just, you have this conversation. So let it die out for a couple of days so it won't be confrontational, because I'm telling you, she's going to be very hurt. And then put together a timeline of when it's best for you both to make this transition, right? Just don't go and tell her today and then tomorrow you're on your way moving out and doing whatever you want to do. That's not fair. So put together a timeline and say, okay, in March I want to start finding my own place, or however that looks like, if you're going to stay here, and come up with a transition plan. Because again, she has not caused you any harm. According to you, she's a great mother or whatever, and it's going to take some time for her to process this. So put together a timeline that you both can live with, right? And don't be wishy-washy and playing with her emotions and making her think that you're going to stay if you really want to leave. And I in this situation, mean what you say and say what you mean, and don't be playing with her emotions, because again, this is going to be very, very devastating news to her. Okay. So I hope and pray that this chat helps someone. Okay. Because again, this one, I have a lot of holes and not a lot of information, but I just think is more to it than him just saying he wants to be alone. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but I'm telling you, it's more to the story. And I wish I was able to have that conversation. With that being said, if you guys want to send me a chat, please inbox me, or you can go to my website, gailcrowder.com, and send me an email. I would love to hear from you guys. Again, I keep a running tally of the chats, and I will always reach out to you before I do your chat to let you know that I'm doing your chat, and also just to confirm that if there's any additional information that I need in order to do your chat. I will never ever tell your name or whatever. I will always just give where you're from and your children and your situation. Okay. Also, over the weekend, I released a wife masterclass, my first wife masterclass for 2025, and it's called the Red Light Special. It's an on demand wife masterclass. If you would like to take that class, please visit my website. It's on the homepage. All you need to do is click, and you can look at that masterclass at your leisure. I would love for you guys to do that. Rosalinda, there's more to the story. Yeah, it is more to the story, and it is very sad. Are you going to be joining us at the Beyond the Vows? Since you're in Illinois, I would love to meet you, Rosalinda. You can go to my website and find out about that particular thing as well, about that event as well. And again, if you guys need to talk to me, you know how to find me. All you have to do is visit my website, gailcrowder.com, scroll to the middle of the page, and you are welcome to schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one situation and give you a tool and a strategy that will help strengthen your marriage. Again, you guys, please pray for traveling mercies. I hope and pray that you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day, and that you showed yourself love. If you don't have a significant other, that you showed yourself love. I'm getting ready to get off here. I will see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your week.